Hello Internet, a tragedy has occurred in my house. I tried to do the baking special for you as I promised. Bloody hiccups, how does it always happen with making videos? There it is again, lousy timing. Anyway, the baking special could not work due to lack of brown sugar. I searched all the cabinets for it and eventually found this note. So, I can only conclude it was abducted by aliens. I had some buddies of mine at the NSA decode this, and from what they could tell, it says this. We have... this is tricky, because I didn't write down the translation for some reason. They're like, no, just memorize it, because it's classified. Apparently this is the best sample of an alien alphabet they've ever had. We have your sugar. Do not... They told me how to read it, so I've sort of learned, but it's like reading Russian for me at the moment. Do not contact your Earth authorities. Wait for our instructions. And then there were some more threats on there about how they would bombard the planet with very powerful lasers and other nasty things. But you see, the trick is, if your brown sugar is abducted by Martians, what you can do is just go buy more at the store. Also, we were out of milk, and this cookie recipe requires milk and brown sugar. And the milk, I don't know where it went. Obviously the Martians didn't get to it. Perhaps someone drank it. Yes, that's a suitably far-fetched explanation. No, wait, no, it's not. Yeah, some laboratory mice with spliced genes tried to take over the world and plant evolved as much milk as possible. So there's that to deal with. Let's see, other things. Well, I think I'll do a random Wikipedia article in the middle of this, because I remember I had something else to say. But we'll do the random article first. Lobez County is a unit of territorial administration and local government in West Pomeranian Voivodeship, northwestern Poland. Its administrative seat and largest city is Lobez, which lies... I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this correctly. It's a funny L with a little line through it. Lobez, which lies 73 kilometers east of the regional capital, Szczecin. S-Z-C-Z-E-C-I-N. The county contains 3 other towns, Resko, Wygorzino, and Dobra. Again, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing those right. I apologize to my Polish viewers, and I would apologize to myself, because my grandmother's half Polish, but she never taught me the language. At any rate, this brings me to an interesting rant I had about Wikipedia. Dear Wikipedia, yes, I realize that some counties and towns and so forth think they're important enough to have an article. However, if all you can say about it is there are towns here, 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 and here, or in the case of town, this is a town in this county in this whatever, then perhaps you ought to consider it not notable enough to be in the article. I mean, I don't have an article yet, and I have hiccup, speech impediment. What next? My head falls off? I hated it. Last time that happened, I spent all day putting it back on. Now let's see. I have a YouTube show, so why don't I have an article? Anyway, I remember what I was going to talk about now, and that was A Midsummer Night's Dream. Yes, so let's pull it up in Project Gutenberg, another really cool website, which makes free as plain text freely available as plain text any book that's out of copyright, which is, for example, all of Shakespeare's plays, owing to him being a bit dead. No, not a bit dead. It's a different kind of dead. It's a lot dead. Yeah, he kicked off somewhere in the 17th century, I think. Anyway, so I just go with title. And search is a bit tricky. See, it doesn't even tell me. Fine, I'll search by author instead. The search by title was really iffy, so... Well, they have 2. Shakespeare, and Shakespeare Spurious and Doubtful Works. Well, this isn't spurious and doubtful. They made a movie out of it with Calista Flockhart. And Christian Bale, one of his earlier roles. And Calista Flockhart, from the first 10 minutes that I saw, was nuts. So, I don't know if the character's meant to be that way, that's how she interpreted it. But anyway, here it is, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Now we go to the plain text site. I will put the link in the sidebar over there, so you can follow along. I'll give you a couple minutes. Actually, I have to find the thing as well. So, scroll down, say, to... Okay, so here we are. You want to go to Act 1, Scene 1, because this is the bit of the movie I saw. I'll probably shorten it a bit. Movies tend to do that. I have no idea why. You base a movie off a book and suddenly all the good bits go out the window, like Peeves. Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, my noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Okay, now for a translation. Oi, I'm pissed. My daughter's not doing what she's told. This dude, I want her to marry him because he's rich or has lots of land or whatever. He's cool. This dude, on the other hand, no, he's over here. This dude's the good one. This dude here is what do he do? He does something nasty. He's got her under some kind of spell. I don't know. He's making her think that he's the bee's knees, and so she's ignoring this dude I want her to marry. So, yeah, do something about that. He goes on to say apparently he's given her rhymes, interchanged love tokens and so forth, given her rhymes. Now, modern day, that would sound like he's rapping to her, but I don't see how they'll make her fall in love with him. Has by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voices verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, whatever the hell a nosegay is, sweetmeats, messengers. I suspect half of these words he threw in just to fit the meter and the rhyme scheme. Shakespeare is a great author, right on all that, but sometimes his dialogue gets a bit iffy. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me. Okay, this is when they were really sections, like, my daughter is my property until I marry her off. Then he's that guy's property. So, you're supposed to marry that guy. Listen, you. No, I'm pointing to this. I ought to have some stand-ins or something, because this room is confusing. Yeah, cutouts, what have you. I need to be able to actually point at people. So my computer is the daughter. Christian Bale, the good guy, is over here. Demetrius. Lysander's back that way, and I'm the father complaining. Aegeus, his name is, I believe. Of strong prevailment and unhardened youth, with cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me. Oh, I've already done that bit. To stubborn harshness, and my gracious duke, be it so, she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, and she is mine that I may dispose of her, which shall be either to a gentleman or to her death according to her law. In other words, you marry him or you're dead. I can see why she'd be a bit upset about that. Well, anyway. Whew. Remember this, dear viewers, because I think I've made enough fun of Shakespeare for the day. The reason Hannibal failed to invade Rome through the Alps on elephants was because the elephants got easily spoiled by the Roman sentinels. And apparently he also lost his weapons on the peanut shells. Good day.